Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode here at Top Tier Talk. So, this week we've entered the month of October, and that means one thing and one thing only: Halloween. And Conor Gallagher has come back to haunt Crystal Palace in a 2-1 victory for Chelsea. Lewis have made his return for Watford, but the only losers here are Stoke, as the Hornets are like a bull in a china shop and smash the Potters 4-0. And in a weekend of demolition derbies, Jesus was Arsenal's shining light as they won 3-1 against Spurs, and Haaland shows the Red Devils hell with his 5-goal contributions in the 9-goal thriller at the Etihad. So we're going to start with Chelsea. Take it away, Amir.
Thank you, Dan. And what an intro. I think Eminem would have been happy with them bars. One of the best intros I've ever heard. Yeah, Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 1. What can I say? A very Tuchel-esque game again. 1-0 down very early on. Aubameyang, very clinical finish, very happy with his performance. Was coming in very, very, like, it was in the play a lot, played like a number 10 in some instances, coming to receive the ball. And then 2-1 at the end, Conor Gallagher with an absolute sublime finish. I think the main talking point about this game was how Thiago Silva didn't get sent off for that handball tackle, whatever he did. And to be honest, I think we've ridden our luck now from the Spurs game, because we got lucky against West Ham with them not getting the equaliser, and we got lucky here again with Thiago Silva not getting sent off, because if he got sent off, we would have lost that game. So I think our luck's finally, like, we've ridden our luck out. I think I've seen positive signs. We've been all right in attacking third, free-flowing football in some like parts of the game. And yeah, no, I'm gassed. The most thing I'm probably gassed about is Aubameyang's goal, clinical, looking like his old self. Yeah.
I've got a question. Do you think people are underestimating Crystal Palace at home? Because obviously when Arsenal played them last season, obviously it was quite a different game compared to when we played them this season. Do you reckon, like, as a Chelsea fan, were you scared to go to Selhurst Park, or do you reckon it was quite like, yeah, we'll win this?
To be honest with you, I'm scared of every game in the Premier League. Every game's hard. There's no easy games. So any team you go to away, you're gonna have a hard time. So I want to just say Palace. Like, Palace have been a good team, especially under Vieira. Like, he's made them a nice young team. But no, every team is a team to be feared, to be honest, in the Prem. So not just specifically Palace.
Cool.
Yeah. Anything
Was
else?
there any changes to the football? I know you got a new formation now. Did you
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
yourself where you're on the edge of your seat?
Yeah, I'm always on the edge of the seat watching Chelsea, to be honest with you, even if it was under Tuchel. Havertz was all right in the number 10 role, very, very fluid in movement. So I think that's his natural position anyway. So quite happy there. Gallagher's goal, of course, it was good for his confidence, because I don't think he's been playing that well. He obviously got sent off and stuff. So I think he's really good. And to get against Palace as well is football, isn't it? It's had to be against Palace. Like, stuff like that's written, to be honest. But yeah, no, I'm happy. We've got a win. His first win, Potter. Hopefully get a win in the Champions League and just start the motion, get that experience in. And I'm sure he's going to just carry on trusting the process. We're doing good. Happy.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything else from the Chelsea, or should we move on? No?
No, I was going to say. Oh, go on.
No, you go.
I was going to say, just obviously when you were talking about how you're happy to see Aubameyang being clinical again in front of goal, do you reckon that will continue now? Do you reckon he's found, like, obviously I know it's only one goal, but do you reckon now, like, going into these next few games, like maybe even against AC Milan, do you reckon he'll be like, right, now I'm on the roll now? Do you remember, like, how Wayne Rooney back in the day, when he had like a bit of a drought in front of goal, when he hit the ball rolling, that was it. He was like scoring every single game. Do you reckon this could be it for Aubameyang? He could get the ball rolling.
Well, I hope so. Obviously, no one can predict when anyone's going to score, to be honest. But no, as a striker, obviously, it's good to start your tally off, get the ball moving. He wasn't 100% fit before, so I think he's still coming back to full fitness, and obviously, but no, it's good. He's kickstarted his campaign now, so yeah, hopefully it's the start of a good campaign. Hopefully, 10 plus goals for us. It might be wishful thinking, but that's what I'm hoping at least.
Nice.
Yeah. Perfect.
I was going to say, obviously you mentioned free-flowing football going forwards, and obviously I was just touching on Aubameyang's goal. Do you think still defending is your issue? Obviously, I know you said you rode your luck, but Thiago Silva unlucky not to get a red card, then you think you would have lost that game. Do you reckon defence is something that's an issue, or do you reckon Graham Potter's sort of playing almost like a you score 4, we'll score 5 mentality type football?
I don't think it's more the defence that's the issue, because I still think we've got probably a preference, like, as an overall defensive wise, probably one of the best in the league. Probably not the best, but definitely up there. I think our issue is definitely lies with midfield, with Kante's injury and stuff, because we're still playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kova's not a 6, etc. So I think that's kind of where our issues lie. And we haven't really seen Zakaria yet. So I think it's more midfield that we've still got an issue with that probably will persist throughout the whole season.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyone else got anything to say, or shall I start my minute now and waffle?
Start your minute. Start your waffle. Your 4-0 win. That's probably the best win you've had in years.
You know what? I'm going to touch on first. Yet another manager. Welcome, Slaven Bilic. It's the only way I can really start it. I didn't want Edwards to be sacked. Whether we've won 4-0 or not, again, the issues are higher up. But the game, I don't think either team, like, it wasn't a 4-0 game. I don't think we played very well in parts, but it was still quite bitty. It was still quite of a put together squad. There were still a few performances in there that were a bit almost. But actually, we looked a lot better in transition, a lot better going forward, and scoring goals, which is not something we've done a lot this season. And we didn't concede. We've all of our games have sort of been 1 or 2 goals in it. But yeah, 4-0 win, and on to Swansea on Wednesday, which is hopefully another game we can pick up some points, because we're only in 7th now, so we do need to start winning some games and picking up some points.
That's it.
Which is
Dan, I'm just going to challenge your point. I'm actually going to praise the Pozzos for bringing in a manager like Slaven Bilic. I think Bilic is a really, really good manager for you guys. He's got a load of experience in the Premier League and bringing teams up to the Premier League with West Brom. So I think you're very lucky, and I think you got a huge upgrade on Rob Edwards. I know he didn't get his time, and that's the issue everyone has, and it's just kind of false promises. But I think a manager like that for you could really improve your chances of coming back.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen any Watford fan on Twitter or anyone on any social media complain about the appointment or complain the fact that it was Bilic and the style of football he's going to play or the players that he's developed, like for example Payet at West Ham, stuff like that. It's more of he was available in the summer, and the issues that is like, well, if you're surely on a short list at some point, if you've jumped the gun and jumped straight to him literally an hour after Edwards was sacked, why did you not just do it in the summer? Surely if you wanted him, you would have got your man when he was available and not wait 2 months.
Maybe long term they didn't see you guys coming up straight away with Robert Edwards, because obviously the performances were disappointing. But I know you say give him time, but maybe
we don't
want to give. Yeah, maybe didn't want to give him time. They want instant back up to the Prem. I think we've got one of the best squads as well.
Yeah, as a club, we don't have time in the Championship. We haven't got the money or the facilities to sit there. We need the Premier League money. Not saying we're too good for the Championship, because, as I say, it's a hard league to get out of. But with the way the club's been run, again, the issues lie there. But yeah, no one's complaining about Bilic again. He's come in and managed a 4-0 game, and the substitutions went well, and Luzer come on, got an assist, and Bayo come on and scored. It's like it worked well. It's just why wait to get him in? Almost the issues are still at the top of the club, not managers or players wise.
I guess they maybe didn't, as I said before, didn't long term see you guys coming up and had to act fast, which sometimes obviously it's proven successful for you guys. But yeah, no.
We're never going to know. The last player thing was, or the last fans meeting was some secret behind closed doors thing. So yeah, we're never going to know. But
anyone else got
anything?
I've got a question. Yeah, do you reckon this is time for Slavic ball, or is it another manager in 4 months' time?
Well, I reckon it's obviously time for Slav ball, because he's manager. But I also not put it past him to give him 3 months and he's gone. So,
Christmas, he's done.
He's going to be watching the World Cup with a nice payout and sitting on his sofa. But enjoy it while it lasts as a Watford manager.
It's going to be a Pozzo New Year's resolution.
No, he's a quite animated
new manager.
No, he's an animated manager, Bilic. You'll have fun with him, trust me. He's good.
But that is the only worry, is if he raises any points to the board, he could be gone.
Could be gone, yeah, that's it.
But yeah, moving on to... I'd say I'll leave the embarrassment till last. Elliot, 3-1 Tottenham.
3-1 Tottenham. The Gunners, once again, so good from us that weekend. I mean, there's not a single player on that pitch that I can think done horribly wrong. You know, obviously, yeah, Gabriel cost us a penalty. Yeah, but that was it. Like, that was the only mistake that cost us the entire game, and it was only a penalty, and that was it. Not a single player faulted me the entire game. Everyone played so well. Ben White, shout out to him at right back, by the way. He had such a good game, pocketing Son. Partey turned the burners on against Spurs. Loved that goal from him. It finally paid off after all the long shots he's been having. you know, everyone was working hard. Everyone was a workaholic that game. Granit Xhaka, proper leader material kind of centre midfielder. He's showing us what we've missed from him. Obviously, his redemption arc is absolutely fantastic at the moment. And honestly, it was such a joy. I don't know if any of you guys watched the game, but it was actually such a joy to watch that sort of football play against Spurs. I remember you were saying in the previous podcast, Chavez, like the type of football that we played against you as well. Like it's enjoyable to watch. Like it's quick flow. Do you know what I mean? We know what we're doing. We're gelling as a team. And people were thinking, yeah, obviously you haven't done it against a big team yet and everything like that. We still haven't. No, I'm joking. But you know, like coming to play Spurs, you know, last season, obviously when we played them at the White Hart, well, wherever their new stadium is, obviously we were quite hopeful to try and get that top 4 position. And now obviously everyone was like, yeah, it is what it is, because it seems to be when they come to our ground, we batter them. When we go to their ground, it seems to be like reciprocating. It's like a cancel out kind of game, isn't it? Because whenever we go to their ground, they win as well. So, but I don't know this season. It seems to be a bit of a different one, you know? Who knows? Because the way we're playing, it seems to be like, obviously, it's Arteta ball. Everyone obviously mocked it for trust in the process, but then we've got our players in now. We've got such a strong back 4. We've got a strong midfield and a strong attack, and no one is slacking like they did last year. If you take a look at last year, obviously, I still love the guy. You know what I mean, he did us a service. But if you look at back when like Lacazette was walking about the pitch, you know, you still got like the likes of, I know he's still in the squad, but like El Neni walking about the pitch. No one's doing that anymore. Everyone's fighting for that badge, and I absolutely love to see my club back on top. Like we've only lost 1 game, and obviously it was against United. It was a bookie game, but we still played well. But yeah, to touch on it, Kane, see you later. Do you know what I mean? Only a penalty. That's the only thing you did. But Partey, great goal. Gabriel Jesus got his goal. I know it was a little dink, but he done well. And then Granit Xhaka, man of the match performance, in my opinion. Absolute leader material. And, you know, I'm looking forward to Liverpool, you know, as they're on a drought at the moment. They seem to be doing a bit iffy. I think we can go there and absolutely dominate them. But, yeah,
Elliot,
nothing
you
to
were
complain about.
like a lot of Arsenal fans. You were Arteta out last year. Can you
No,
please
what?
apologise to? Yeah. So you've never been Arteta out?
We have it on video, I think. Don't we?
Get
we
it
have
up.
on
No
videos.
problem. Get it up.
No,
100%
El, you have
we have
said
it on
Arteta
video.
out.
Get it up. I've never been
El,
Arteta
stop
out.
lying. You've said Arteta out. Now, can you apologise to him?
No, I was pressured. I've been pressured. They said,
Apologise to your
is it
manager.
now?
Piers
Is it
Morgan
Arteta now?
apologised
And
as
you,
well.
I
Your
looked
turn
to you
to
and went,
apologise.
no, I stick
No,
by him.
no. There was
Say
one
sorry.
week. There was 1 week. Just admit you're wrong and just say sorry.
Because I didn't say those words.
You did.
Nope.
What I want to kind of bring up is Harry Kane. You mentioned. I know he got his penalty that took him to 100 away goals and most North London derby goals. The question I want to bring to everyone else is: do you think he's a better player than Alan Shearer?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
he's
this
better.
is
He's an
this is-
incredible footballer.
But we actually kind of silenced him against us, though, in my opinion. Like, if
Well,
you
the
think
red
about,
card didn't help, did it? And was that a red
Yeah.
card, by the way, boys? Was
Yeah.
it a
No.
red card?
No.
No.
Yeah.
it
Why was
depends
that?
it depends what
I'm
avenue
very
you're coming from. As a
50-50 with-
footballer, no, but in the rule book, yes.
What other
Like,
avenue
No,
is
I'm
there?
using
It's
their
football.
logic.
you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In the
As
rule
soon-
book, yes, but
As
as a
soon as I
footballer, if
saw
you look at
it,
it,
I was like, oh, it was like on the ankle, maybe.
He
It was
did,
scraped
didn't
it,
he?
yeah.
He did scrape him a bit, but the thing
And
is,
it was
the
nuts. It wasn't like a kick.
Emerson did need to make that challenge.
No,
Martinelli
he
was
didn't.
going
It was
towards.
very poor from him.
But
No
he spent
issues
£1
with
million
VAR there.
improving his game at Tottenham. So what a waste of money, lad. I was for a refund.
How much did he say? It's over 800,000. He hasn't. He
Yeah,
spent on trying to
850
improve
grand
his
or something.
football. How do you improve your football with money?
Well, no, but
Yeah.
the thing
For
is, if he has,
practice.
no, but the thing is, if he has done that, I hate to think how bad he actually was before he'd spent that money.
I don't understand what you can spend money on, but no, I think it was just a bit of frustration. And Chavez, you're saying it's not a red card for you.
No,
How
so
comes you...
I'm not. I'm fine with that decision because on the pitch, a human being can make a mistake. I think if we were to make it a perfect game, it's not a red card. But the second the ref gives it as a red card, it's not enough to
It's not-
overturn the decision.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
VAR
agree.
was
This is
used correctly.
perfect game that
Yeah.
you're talking about. I saw Goldbridge talking about why yellow cards being introduced so quickly. What do you mean by perfect game? What is a perfect game? Not doing any cards?
Letting the game flow.
No. In the
What's this
the
perfect?
perfect decision there is
Oh.
it's not a red card. It's a yellow card.
I agree. I do agree with that, but
You
it is
can't
what it
blame a
is.
human
You
being
just said it
for
was a
giving a
red-
red card there.
Okay, fair enough. No, of course. I think that did change things. I think Spurs were very poor that game. Do you think there's
Yeah,
underlying issues there with Conte, or do you reckon it's just a it's just a patch because they did have a very good summer window. We did say they had one of the best
Mm.
windows, didn't we? What do you think the issue is there?
I don't know, but
the Conte time come early.
yeah, no, it's not. We're not Spurs fans, but surely they've gone from playing the most fluid football under Poch to now this. Like, if you're going to play this type of football, you have to win. Like, you have to win as much as you can and get
And they have been winning. They were unbeaten to Arsenal.
But not just win games, you have to win trophies. So we can only judge at the end of the season. If Conte delivers nothing with this football, then you might as well have had a Pochettino and enjoyed and had some vibes while getting no trophies. So
I don't think so. I think they've improved greatly.
I do want to say as well, very quickly as well. I know, obviously, I just want to end it on the Arsenal banger as well. It was nice to see towards the end of like the second half, I think it was, when he subbed on 4 substitutes for Son and Richarlison. He basically said, we're going to get smacked like 5 or 6-1 here. We need to bring on a load of defending players to stop that happening. And
they had 10 men, though.
Yeah, 10 men.
By all means, but he took off Son and Richarlison and just left Kane up by himself. Everyone else was a defensive player.
I think he was also thinking about the Champions League as well, because they did lose their previous game.
So they lost that game. At that point,
then again, I just think that just boasts how like fantastic we played against them, in my opinion. But yeah.
Do you think, though, boys, very quickly, if Spurs didn't have that sending off, do you reckon that would have changed the game a lot? Do you reckon they could have gone on to win it or not? Because they had a little brief period at the end of the first half that they were on top. They had a few chances.
I don't think so, in my opinion. We were dominating even before he got sent off.
And then
the thing is, that doesn't matter. With Spurs, they have 2 of the most clinical players in the world. At any second, they could be having the most terrible game, and you've seen it against Man City.
Against Chelsea,
they just score.
Against Chelsea as well.
Yeah, they do it all the time, and it's annoying, but they have that in Son and Kane, so you can never tell.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. That's all I've got to say about Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.
So on to the wonderful Manchester is blue. Chavez, take it away.
Yeah, I think from the first minute, it was the body language. You could tell. I don't know why, but these players, I don't know what they were told before the game. Were they like shown Haaland's goals in a compilation or something? What were they watching? Because they seemed like they were like a level below from the first minute, especially the midfield. You could just see the respect we were giving Man City. We were giving the ball away, very nervous on the ball, passing away. And from that first minute, it just looked like they were all over us. And they obviously they were going to score. I think Goldbridge said that the midfield was worse than the defence and everyone went on him. I agree with that because I know we conceded 6 goals, but it happened because we had absolutely no control in that game at any point. And it happened from Eriksen, Bruno and McTominay. You can have your pick between McTominay and Eriksen on who was worse that game, but yeah, I don't know what they mentally. You have to sort of. I know you can tactically make a team perfect. You also have to mentally tell them that you actually can beat Man City. Because if you watch Man City on the transition, they are there for the taking. Any team can take Man City during transition, and we scored 3 goals, which I think the first time we scored 3 goals since last year in an away game, which is a weird stat. But yeah, it's Man City, isn't it? I think when
happy
Man
about
City,
that stat or not?
No, I'm just saying, like, we scored 3 goals at the Etihad. It's just, like Man City have problems in the back. Quite clearly, it's their attack is unbelievable. I think if you play a Man City team at 100%, regardless of how you play, you are going to concede 3+ goals. So then it's up to your own attack to do something, and that's what we played. We played Man City's best possible version in that first half.
What I do want to bring up, Chavez, is you spend about 65 million, 70 million on a world-class defensive midfielder and you don't play him.
And you play Scott McTominay.
Do you think you got to put some blame on Ten Hag for that?
Absolutely not. Again, this is the beautiful thing of hindsight. Before this game, Casemiro dropped 2 stinkers for Man United. Again, I'm not saying it doesn't matter how many UCLs we've won. This is about form. McTominay is in the form of his life. Why on earth would you change that? He didn't. He could have done it for Arsenal. He could have played Casemiro, but he kept McTominay, who was outstanding going into that. And this is the problem with McTominay. He's so inconsistent that suddenly he drops the most 1 out of 10 performance. If Ten Hag dropped McTominay and put Casemiro in, who, by the way, when he came on, was okay. He wasn't like a
god tier. He scored 2 goals with him on.
Yeah, but he didn't score them, and we still had no control in midfield. It was the 4 substitutions that Man City made. That, I mean, you can ask Pep Guardiola; he would have been fuming at those 4 substitutions that came on because they were a shambles.
And they were horrible. Yeah, I do agree.
He said it after the game; they were poor. So he needs to work on that because his squad, for some reason, in that game seemed weaker than ours. It was just his 11 is unbelievable. It's out of this world. But yeah, it's a strange one. I think it's weird to say McTominay shouldn't have started because if the flip side happened and Casemiro started, the same thing would have happened, and people would have said, "Why would you drop McTominay, who's just put like 3 10 out of 10s in a row, then went to Scotland? By the way, he plays centre back for Scotland, got promoted to his main position, bossed it, did brilliantly, and then you suddenly take him out. It doesn't matter about what you've won. Because if you do that, then Cristiano Ronaldo should not be missing a minute. And by the way, every single
I don't even
fan
think
who
he should
watches
have
that
missed
game,
it.
that's
I
horrific.
think
Again,
he should
that's
have played. I
so
think
you think Ronaldo should have played. See, there goes your ball.
That's it.
Now we understand
Why
how much you understand.
Say,
does my ball
Now we
knowledge-
understand how much.
Cristiano
Do you think Ronaldo would have
Ronaldo
brought anything
bailed you
better in that
out
game?
in the Champions League. No, it was in the Champions League. Were you in the Champions League last season? Just
I mean, that was against Atalanta and Villarreal, two teams that are
doesn't
very
matter. He was
different
the
to Man
only
City.
one that
No, this isn't the same Ronaldo.
20
Ronaldo,
plus goals last
even
season.
every time
20
Man
plus
United would
goals
lose
last
last season, yeah, everyone would say, "Oh, Man United without Ronaldo, cool." It was fair enough. Now it's changed. Now no one says that anymore
Why? He
because
hasn't
they
had a chance
understand.
this season. He hasn't had a chance this
Okay,
season.
tell me if Ronaldo came on instead of Martial, would we have scored those 2 goals? No, we wouldn't have.
He
He
might have
completely
done.
just.
How do you not? How
This
can
is
you say that? That's
biology.
like
It's
saying-
not even football anymore. You
It's
can't.
biology. What is biology? What biology?
He
are you
is
talking about?
deteriorating physically. He cannot play to that level.
Photosynthesizing. What are you talking
No,
about?
biology doesn't just mean photosynthesis. It means that the person deteriorates physically, and that's what he's doing.
How is he deteriorating physically?
So you think Ronaldo brings more to this team?
I think he could have brought something to this team. Yeah, I think.
What did Ronaldo bring to this team when he? I'm not just. This is the thing.
What did he
Everyone
bring
thinks
last season? He brought you 20 plus
no,
goals.
that's
and
last
he's done
season.
nothing.
Time has passed. As time passes,
Oh,
body
really,
becomes
really?
weaker. Time passes,
2
body
months,
weaker.
two,
Age,
3 months,
player
2, 3
becomes
months.
worse.
Really? Does it?
Yes,
Why
yes, it
was
has
so
for him
quick
clearly.
to turn
So, okay,
on
I
a
want you to say
legend
on
right,
record that Man United play better with Ronaldo right now.
Yeah, they do. I haven't
That's
had a
embarrassing.
chance to
See,
see Ronaldo. I
there
haven't seen
and then you're
Ronaldo.
just telling
I haven't
us
seen
how
him.
much you know about football.
I do know. I know a lot about football. I think you're quick to turn on a legend who last season bailed you out. I mean,
It
you probably
doesn't.
would have finished 15th.
He's my favorite player in history, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't improve the team. It's
keep him
changed.
then? Why did Ten Hag keep him then? Why
Because
didn't
no
he
one in
sell
the
him?
no one kept him. He was offered to
kept
every
him.
club in Europe. Everyone rejected him because no one can pay salary.
That's
So-
not true. I think
You do realise, Chavez, that
Roy
is his
Keane for a
agent.
fact.
Like,
No,
No, we
shut
know
up.
this.
Come
We
with
have
proper
Fabrizio.
points.
We all trust
Roy
Fabrizio and
Keane-
David
Roy
Ornstein,
Keane-
right? We all
Roy
trust them
Keane
like
said-
religiously.
Roy Keane said with facts, he factually knows teams were after him and Ten Hag didn't sell him or United didn't sell him.
100%. I think Roy Keane is in a position where he doesn't want Ronaldo disrespected, and of course he's going to stand up for
And
his
he should
mate.
never be disrespected. He should not be
But
disrespected.
it's
for
not
what he
true.
done for you last
Like
season.
Roy
He
Keane
hasn't
can
had a
say that as
chance
much as
this
he wants,
season.
but it doesn't matter. Ronaldo's offered to every club. They all said no to him. He had to stay.
How do you know this? You just
Just-
know like
we
Chelsea
have it
said no
from
to
the
only
reporters that we all
Chelsea, only
trust.
Chelsea. Do we?
Okay, it came down to one club. It came down to Chelsea, and it all went down to Thomas
It was
Tuchel, and he
just
said no.
Chelsea. It was just Chelsea. That's the only club that we know said no to him.
Every club said no to him. He was offered to Bayern Munich as well.
Name these clubs then, please. All right,
Thing
next
is,
time,
okay.
bring with me with all
No,
these
no,
clubs. and then
Champions League clubs. It's every Champions League club that could have taken Ronaldo. They would have, but they didn't.
They didn't.
Okay, but either way, you think
fair
Ronaldo
enough,
improves
Louis.
Man United's team, which is just
I do
straight
think.
away.
I think
Chavez,
Ronaldo
very
is
quickly,
a proven
very
goal
quickly.
scorer. Can I finish my point? I think he's a proven goal scorer. I think Martial did score 2 goals, which is fair enough to him. But I think Ronaldo also.
Okay,
could
who'd
have-
you start in the next game? You would start Cristiano Ronaldo in the front three next week.
Yeah, I probably would
Where? Who would be the front three?
as a striker.
Okay, and who would be the front three? I'd love to know.
It would be Sancho. It would
Sancho.
Be Ronaldo,
Sancho deserves
and
to be
it'd be
dropped.
Anthony. And Anthony. Probably.
What about Martial?
What about
Do you think
Martial?
Ronaldo brings more to Man United's 11 right now than Martial?
Yeah, why? Because Ronaldo doesn't press. He shouldn't be part of this team. That's what you're basically.
But our
That's
whole
what you're going off.
we've just
It's based on
bought
the
into
press.
a philosophy
It's
and
based on the
manager.
press.
Yeah, we've bought
What
into a manager
philosophy?
and
You lost.
philosophy.
You lost 6-3, bro. What philosophy is it? He brought a defensive midfielder for 60 million and doesn't play him and gets destroyed in midfield.
Who is
Didn't
on
bring
bad
him
form?
start- didn't
So
bring-
do you
how's he on bad form?
do you then
Where's
agree
his
that
bad
players
form?
should be played based on the accolades and not their form?
No, not on the accolades, but I think Ronaldo deserves a chance based on what he provided for you last season. He hasn't
That's
had a
just
chance
poor.
this season. Once he played the Europa League game and he scored
He
against
did. He
Sheriff.
played. He scored a
scored against
penalty,
Sheriff.
Amir. He scored a penalty. It was
Martial
horrific.
scored a penalty.
It was a horrific
Martial
penalty.
scored a penalty. He lost
What?
the
Martial
game
scored a
anyway.
great penalty. That was a great penalty, by the way.
Penalty. Mate, he scored a goal from open play.
You still lost the game
scored
though,
top-
so I don't know why you're arguing.
No, I don't
He
get it.
lost the
Amir,
game
you're saying
anyway.
Ronaldo. Your point is that Ronaldo should play because he scored a penalty
I
against Sheriff,
believe
and then
Ronaldo
put in the
deserves a
biggest
chance.
disaster
No.
class. No, but if he
What
can't
disaster
play,
class did Ronaldo play?
if
What was the
Ronaldo
disaster
can't play
class?
to the level required
Why
against
can't he
Sheriff,
play? He hasn't had a chance. I've not seen Ronaldo
No, but I
start
don't
a Premier
understand.
League
No,
game for you.
why don't? Okay, you're saying that it's accolade. If Ronaldo can't play to a
No,
good
it's not
level against
accolade.
Sheriff,
No.
then
It's not an
why
accolade.
why
It's
does he
based
deserve to
on
play against Man City? He just put in a disaster
against
against
Manchester. He
Spain.
deserved to come on. He deserved to come on.
But that was out of respect. If he came on at 6-3,
What do you mean
6-1,
out
that
of
would have been
respect?
embarrassing.
What's his respect?
You would have
Respect is
been
bringing him on.
loved that.
Who cares? Your whole team was laughed at. Your managers laughed at.
Let's
You
just
got destroyed.
Ronaldo's put in a 1 out of 10 for Portugal against Spain. Every
When?
Portuguese fan knows this. He just played against Spain. He put in one of the worst performances ever done for Spain. He also played against Sheriff, played terrible, scored a penalty, and now you want to start him in the derby over.
I never said start. I said he deserves to have a part in that. Very informed last game, wasn't he? Very.
No,
informed.
but this is hindsight. You're missing the definition of hindsight.
Involved.
Oh my god.
I think Ronaldo deserves it based on his last season for you guys. He deserves to have a chance in the Premier League.
Yeah, okay, that makes no sense, but okay.
It does make sense. You're just trying to hate on the guy because he doesn't press.
No, I'm not. He's my favourite player, but he doesn't fit.
It's for the press. Why? Well, because he doesn't press. It's all about the press.
No, but on the ball, he doesn't bring anything. He doesn't pass the football correctly.
Okay.
His legs are gone.
Let's move on. His legs are gone. You're right. Let's move on. You watch him more than me, I guess. Let's go. Move on.
So, we've had football and science this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, into the predictions. So first game for this week, we're going to with Chelsea against Milan. Any ideas? Any thoughts on that? I'm going to take
2-1 Milan.
Chelsea. Oh.
1-0 Chelsea. I think we need this win definitely.
I'll say Milan. Just because tomorrow's going to come.
Do you pick the score, Dan, or like is it just a?
So you can just pick in Armada. You can just pick the team that wins or a draw. So yeah, but for Milan, I'll go for.
So we'll pick who wins. Yeah.
And then next up, Watford Swansea. Championship games might not be on there because it's Watford, but we're going to go through it anyway. So Watford Swansea, I'm going to back the boys and go for a Watford win.
Draw.
Agreed. Watford win.
Arsenal Bodo Glimt.
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal. Nicosia versus Man United.
You'd hope Man
United win.
Yeah, United. Chelsea versus Wolves.
Chelsea win.
New manager bounce. Draw.
I'll go for Chelsea. Arsenal versus Liverpool.
Liverpool win.
Liverpool win.
I'll say Arsenal. Blackpool Watford.
Watford win.
Yeah, I'll say Watford as well. And last but not least, Everton Man United.
Man United.
Everton win.
Draw.